Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's get straight into it. So excited I was able to film and get a video up for you guys. It has been hella hectic on my end, so thankfully I was able to get this up for you. So we're starting off with the first exercise of the first superset, and that's going to be some straight bar curls. Now the straight bar curls that I am using are preloaded, so that means that every time I start a new set, I am switching out a bar for a heavier bar and increasing the weight every single set. So that is what I want you guys to be doing as well. So whether you have access to these preloaded straight bars or you're just using a standard straight bar and adding on your own plates, both work fine. And for this first exercise, we are doing 20, 15, 12, 10, 8. So again, as you are decreasing in reps, I want you guys increasing the weight, even if it's just a little bit, really pushing yourselves every single set. And with that, we are supersetting rope pushdowns. So with the rope pushdowns, few things I want to point out. Firstly is that when it comes to the rope pushdown in particular, compared to other pushdown variations, I prefer to go with more of an exaggerated stance. I like to be a little bit out further than I would with other variations of pushdowns. I also like to have a little bit more of a lean over, and that is simply because of the range of motion I'm trying to achieve with the way I'm pulling the rope. And second thing is going to be about the rope being pulled apart. Most people just give the cue to just pull the rope apart. That is not what I want you guys thinking about. When it comes to this exercise, what I want you guys to actually be concentrating on is that as you are forcing that weight down, you are rotating your elbows out, which is what is going to naturally cause those ropes to pull apart and turn outward at the bottom of the movement. That rotation is what's going to give you the strongest contraction in your tricep. I know it can be hard to see the rotation on the camera, but go in the gym and try it out for yourselves. There is a big difference between just using your arms to just pull the rope apart and just swing it up and down versus concentrating on rotating those elbows out and just forcing the weight down. So give it a try and let me know if that cue helps you guys out. Now moving into the second superset, first exercise is going to be standing plate hammer curls. This is a newer exercise into my arm training routine. I've been doing it the past I'd say 2 to 3 months in my arm training. Haven't showed you guys yet, so I figured I would throw it in there for you guys today. I've really been enjoying this little extra challenge when it comes to my hammer curls. It's always good to just spice things up a little bit in your training, and this definitely does that when it comes to hammer curls, since the idea is to make sure that you're keeping that plate in line and not allowing that weight to fall, which would cause your wrist to bend. You want to keep those wrists straight and keep that plate in line with your arm, and just having it to where the weight is actually distributed in front of your hand versus evenly across the palm of your hand makes a huge difference. So it's a little bit more challenging, but I really like it. And to make it even more challenging, I usually do them seated, but today I opted for the standing variation, and I do stick with the same plates, and I do 20 reps.
Creature of your fantasies, made of things that you're told not to believe, and I'll show you sights you couldn't dream of.
Now lately, I've really been loving doing my tricep exercises this way, where the first exercise is using the rope, and then the second tricep exercise is using the V-bar attachment. So very similar movements, except for the V-bar attachment is going to keep you in a fixed positioning. So you are going to have slight variance in contact in your triceps, or at least I find it to be that way. I find that I am much stronger on a V-bar attachment pushdown than I am on a rope pushdown. So usually for me personally, it works out to where whatever weight I end on with the rope pushdown is usually my starting point for the V-bar attachment, and then I just go from there. Of course, you guys don't have to do your weights like that. Do whatever is appropriate for you. But I've just really been loving starting off with the unfixed position of a rope pushdown and then moving over into the fixed, less exaggerated stance pushdown with the V-bar.
Baby, take my hand, walk with me in the garden of Eden, where life's in technicolor, pure freedom. We don't need no rhyme or reason. Baby, take my hand. I'll lift you up.
Third exercise, or third superset first exercise, is going to be incline wide grip curls. I've mentioned on my channel before, this is like my most hated but most loved bicep exercise. I don't get any contact in my biceps like I do with this movement, but it burns so freaking bad that I hate it at the same time. So whenever my boyfriend is like, all right, wide grip incline curl time, I'm like, no. But then after, I'm like, yes, good contact. So it's just one of those love-hate exercises, but it's definitely something that should be one of the staple exercises in your bicep training. And so for this movement, you just want to get in a comfortable positioning on the bench. I like to retract my shoulder blades a little bit, which is what's giving me that slight arch in my back from doing that. You want to have your arms hanging out on the side, so whatever is most comfortable for your arms just naturally hanging out, that is where you want them to be at. And then you're just going to allow the weight to come completely down and then all the way up for a curl. You want to make sure that you allow that weight to get completely straight down to the ground, because that ensures that you are getting full range of motion and is really going to make sure that you are working your entire bicep in this movement and not cutting it short. So just make sure you come up to almost a dead hang at the bottom and then come back up and curl, doing 15 reps of that. Once you finish out those 15 reps, you're supersetting with some tricep kickbacks. I am using the support of a bench. You don't have to. You can just do them bent over standing, whatever floats your boat. Doing 15 reps on each arm as well. One main thing when it comes to tricep kickbacks is that I definitely prefer to make sure that I'm rotating that dumbbell out as I go through the movement. That again just gives me much better contact in my tricep, and it's just a whole different burn when it comes to rotating it versus just bringing it straight out. In my opinion, I've just always preferred to do them that way. If you haven't tried it, give it a shot and see if it's something that you enjoy as well, and maybe you can start implementing it into your kickbacks during your training. But again, just going to be doing 15 reps on each arm of this, 15 reps of the incline wide grip curls, and we're doing 3 sets total of those 2 exercises.
Make you feel so high. I'll bring you to life on the wild side. I'll bring you to life on the wild side. I'll bring you to life on the wild side. I'll bring you to life on the wild side. Drop everything and run like a criminal moving.
Alrighty, we have reached the last superset of the entire workout, and we're going to be doing 2 different variations of reverse grip exercises. So starting off with biceps, we're going to be doing the reverse grip bicep curl. Implementing reverse grips is just a great way to just get a different contact in whichever muscle group you are targeting. And so for this exercise, the main thing you want to focus on is making sure that you're keeping that wrist straight and in line with your forearm. And since we are doing a reverse grip, that means we're doing an overhand hold on the handlebar attachment instead of a standard typical underhand hold. So as you see, I'm gripping over the handlebar, and you want to make sure that you try to keep that elbow by your side. Don't allow that elbow to track back. And again, with making sure you're keeping that arm in line with the cable machine, not rotating your arm in or outward at all, just keeping everything in one straight motion up and down.
There's no way to have control. Just let go and you'll crave the free fall. Baby, don't look back. Hear the blood that's running hot through your veins. Can't believe you almost stayed and behaved. You laugh at what used to shake your faith. Oh, there's no going back. I'll lift you up.
And with that, we are supersetting reverse grip pushdowns. So we had 3 different variations of pushdowns in this workout, but they're all going to give you a little bit different contact and feel in your tricep. And so for this exercise, instead of the overhand hold on the handlebar attachment, we are now doing an underhand hold for this exercise. So same cues you want to follow with the first exercise of trying to keep that wrist as straight as possible in line with the cable machine, and just take the movement as slow and controlled as possible. 12 reps on each arm for both exercises, and you're doing 3 sets total.
Make you feel so high. I'll bring you to life on the wild side. I'll bring you to life on the wild side. I'll bring you to life on the wild side.
And that is going to close out this video. Really hope you all enjoyed this workout. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.